I don't really have any official direction I'm going with this, but I'm just gonna start knocking things out, putting things on, and just see where we get. Driveline came in last night, and at first glance, and this thing's fat. First glance, I'm worried that it's too short. I held it up there, it looked like it was short. So first thing I'm gonna do is get this on. And one thing else that kind of worries me is that it's 3.5 inch versus the other one, which was 3. This one is totally overkill. So this one in the rear, just like before, has a 1350 U-joint. Tape off of there. And then I said, let's go ahead and do the front one the same, because that way, I don't know, they match, and it's totally more than what's needed for this. But I didn't know that when they did that they would just go ahead and make this a 3.5 inch driveline. So we'll get that up in there and we'll just see. I'll go ahead and lube this up, and then I'll put it up in there, and hopefully it's the right length. Nice piece. I don't like this sticker though. I have absolutely nothing against this company. This is who Silver Sport contracts through. I'll leave that one on there. That one's not a big deal. This one's just really massive. Probably doesn't even have enough stick on it, but we'll see. Okay, let me put this in there and let you know. There's there. Perfect fit. Yep, that's good. It's gonna work. We'll see. I have a little hiccup. I was going to get this clutch line hooked up to the master to start getting some fluid, just gravity feeding into it while I did other stuff. So this was already attached to this is the bleeder line that came off of the throwout bearing, and you can tell it has like the brake fitting on there. Well, I'd already put on that side this one that attached to the master cylinder, and then it came down to another AN fitting. So obviously can't hook up that brake line into an AN fitting. And another thing is, like, if I were to use that line and this line that's already too long, it would have had to been like coiled up down there. So I called Silver Sport to see if maybe there was something that I should have gotten, or if I can just get something to plug it right in there, right there. And so what I'm supposed to do is get a 3/8 bubble flare is what goes into there, and then has the female threads for this 3/8 tapered flare that goes like that. So I am going to try, or that's an inverted flare, sorry, not tapered flare. So I need to either find it locally or order on Summit. So I can't get that going right this second, so I'm going to try to go on to something else. a couple more things done. What I wanted to show you is, I don't know if you guys remember, but the kit for the transmission came with 2 black plates. Well, they're actually block off plates. They're actually block off plates for the bell housing. And you can see, kinda, it's right here. And it bolts right there. And it kind of just blocks off that open bell housing area. So there's that one. And then let me show you the other side that's for the starter. I love having these scrap carpet pieces. So I got the starter on, and the other one's a little bit harder to see too, but there's factory holes in this pan for those bolts. And it just pinches in there and blocks off the opening there. So it should keep the bell housing pretty clean. That's the heat shield I got from Holly. This kind of tweaks a little weird. Guess not, but yeah, so starter's on. I turned the motor over to make sure that everything was engaged just fine as it is. So look at that transmission, that drive line. And then, oh goodness, check this out. Ooh. Oh, there she is. That ended up being the hole right there. But oh my goodness, it's a little bit far forward, but for my height and my arms, I can reach it. And I lost a bolt, so I can't really shift it right now because I don't have the other bolt. It just wants to flop, but that's the neutral position right there. I'm so happy with that. If it gets annoying, I can also get it bend like 3 inches towards the driver. But I think this is gonna be good enough for now. Oh, I think that looks so good. The view from that angle. Anyways, I'm so happy with that now. This beauty finally came in after waiting months. So this is what I decided to go with to replace that whole Volvo relay kit. This is going to be way cleaner, way simpler, and especially with running that new dual fan setup I have. So I'm really happy to be able to put this in there. These are the plugs from the other engine. They look totally perfect, so I'm going to use them on this one. Picked up a plug for the O2 sensor on the passenger side header. That's probably right there. I lost that bolt. That's actually the washer for it. And then I got these 2 rubber bumpers. These are for the clutch pedal and the brake pedal. I have the brake pedal one. I didn't have the clutch. I don't even know if you need it, but I figured I'd get 2 nice new ones from Classic Industries. So yeah, just picking out stuff's coming along. You guys saw me get the cover back on. We'll see. I'm not going to call this video yet. I might do some more, pick out some more, or I might come back out tomorrow morning. We'll see. Oh, I got spark plugs done on the truck. I had to get that done. I'm having a little bit of rough idle issue. That's pretty normal with these things, but I put plugs and wires on it and it didn't fix it. So I already cleaned the mass airflow, put a new air filter in there. I think I'm gonna have to pull the throttle body off, but I'm gonna save that for a different day because this is the nicest day we've had in a long time and I'm gonna take advantage of it. I pulled the header out of the trunk, pulled the O2 sensor off, and then plugged it with this stainless plug with brass washer and put some anti-seize on it. And then I noticed something that really pissed me off. What is that? These headers have maybe 700-800 miles on them, if that. And this thing has always been indoors. Never once has it gone outside. You guys know that. I've never left this car outside. And it's already rusting on that coating. That pisses me off. Anyways, I'm gonna contact Holly and see what's up with that. I wish I would've got the stainless ones when I bought them, but they were like 3-something hundred more. I was already spending a crap load of money. And I thought, oh, this will be okay because this coating is supposed to reduce heat. And then they freaking rust. So that pisses me off. This is the fitting that I was talking about. I found it locally for $5 and on Summit for $20. So this just needs to be put into here. Watch it not be the right size. Okay, I just need to tighten that down and then figure out how I'm gonna route this clear of the steering and then into there. Okay, now that I got that fuel, or not the fuel, the fluid line done, I'm gonna start working on a harness for these plugs. And there's one more in the transmission. I don't think I have to use all 3, but I'm still gonna wire for all 3. So I've got 6 wires right here because there's 2 wires for each plug. I know the wires colors don't match perfectly, but that's all I got. I'm not gonna order a special wire just for this when I have a ton of other wire. So I got 6 wires. I'm gonna start building a harness for the transmission. And then once I get it all to length, I will loom it and make it all pretty, and I'll show you. So I mocked these plugs up underneath the car where they're gonna be, and now I'm just going to loom it, and then it'll just go up into the car. And then I'm not gonna use the reverse lockout. You don't need it. I'm not gonna use it. So I just need to loom these up and get them cleaned up, get them into the car, and then the transmission harness will be done. Okay, here's my harness. And then I don't know how long it needs to be, so I'm going to feed it up and then I'll trim it in the car. If it's in the car, I need to leave some space because I'm not sure how I'm gonna wire this up yet, but I at least want to figure out the length and get it up there, but I think it turned out pretty good. I just used some of this stuff I'll show you. This split. So I've used it on got it on Amazon, and I used it on my original harness before, and I think it looks really nice, and I think it works good. So I'm gonna use it again. That's 1/4 inch. I got 3/8 just in case, but I didn't use that. So let me get that ran. Speed sensor. I'm gonna route it back under the cross member. Comes over here on this side and catches up with the reverse switch on that side. This is the reverse lockout that I'm not going to use. They didn't have a plug for it anyways, so I think I'm just going to zip tie this out of the way. Probably just zip tie it right there out of the way. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go over the subframe rail and then go up into the engine bay with it, up the firewall. All right, it's up here. It'll go into the same hole as the harness, but I can't feed it through now because the harness has to go through, and then they'll both go through grommet. So I kind of got to feed all that at the same time. But I can tell already, I'm definitely gonna have to add a little bit more looming on there for sure. The zip tie it up out of the way. but it actually might be enough. I don't know. I have it. I'll use it. So anyways, I think that's a lot of just miscellaneous random stuff on this video. So I'll come back at it again with more randoms, more stuff, just picking at it. But it was a pretty good, productive weekend. Didn't feel like I got a ton done, but you know what? Some of this stuff, little stuff, just ends up taking forever. Like when I go to put this radiator in, I gotta carefully grind off those welds to take these brackets off, because those brackets will not work. Got both bolts though. Pretty excited about that. Man. That's cool. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out and watching. I'll have more, I promise. Bye.